why to left out with the last option, that is OSPF version 3. Okay. So this is your OSPF version 3. Earlier, what was working on the IPv4, that was your OSPF version 2. But in this case, it is known as OSPF version 3. And if we talk about IPv6 history, we all should be aware that, okay, IPv4 is your 32-bit address, okay, whereas IPv6
128.
is 128-bit address. In IPv4, you used to write down x.y.z.a, whatever, okay, but here the portion would be little bit, different. And that is your maybe A.B.C.D.E.F.G.H, maybe 8. Okay. Everyone, this portion is representing 16. So 16 into 8 equal to 128. Total your 128 bits. Then again, one portion have 1, 2, 3, 4 bit like that. Okay. And let me show you. So why we require IPv6? Because earlier, before NAT or before these kind of technologies, we were in the impression that it can be over. But when NAT introduced, then again IPv4 is still in use. But if we see, the IPv6 can be a bit like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, maybe let me write down it as 1 in the last. So this is your 8 fields, and as I told you, this 8 portion into 16 would be leading to 128 bits. Okay. And if you check this one portion is having 16 bits into its side. Okay, that's the reason we are multiplying by 8. So 1 octet is 16. This is 16. This is 16. This is 16. This is 16. Everyone is representing 16. And that is the reason why I am multiplying 8, because we have 8 portions multiplied by 16 equal to 128. If you see here, we have 4. So it means 4 into 4 equal to 16. Means each one letter is representing the 4 bits.
4 bits.
And I am writing 2. It means 8, 4, 2, 1. These are the 4 bits. It should be 0, 0.
0, 0.
Getting this point?
Yes. Yes.
And again, if I will tell you about this, the first 4 portion, if I will talk, this is bit like your network portion, known as global prefix. And the next, this portion, maybe 64 bits and 64 bits we can divide, is known as interface ID. Okay, so this is your global prefix and this is your interface ID. Bit like if you talk about your
MAC address
to 168.1.1, and if I am representing with /24, so it means 24 is representing your network bits. And last 8 were host bits.
Host bits, yes.
You can say there is a global prefix and the interface ID.
In IPv6, we don't have slash notation. We direct have.
We don't have subnet kind of notation. We direct have the slash notation.
Slash notation.
Okay. So I hope this point is clear.
Yes.
Okay, if it is clear, let me just move it down. Just allow me a minute. Oh, it was 4G. And the last it was 1. It was 22. Okay. Now, if you will see over here, okay, let me make some more changes. Maybe let me just make it also. Let me convert it to 0, 0, 0, 0, and here 20, 20, here 0, 0, 0, and here also maybe 0, 0, 0, 0. Now, there is one rule
We can
in
double
IP,
column.
and that is you can just convert these zeros. You can write down like that 2021 0 0 2020 0 0 1. Even you can remove the trailing zeros also. Okay, 0 which is coming in between, that you cannot remove. Only which is coming before, you can remove them. And then whensoever you have such kind of scenarios, even executive zeros can be converted into double colon, as you were saying, that 2021 double colon 2020 and double colon 1.
Double column.
Can we
1.
do that?
Yes.
It is wrong.
Okay.
And the reason why? Reason is, if you have one double colon, your iOS code can understand that, okay, these are the 16 bit. I need to make the 16 bit that, okay, if there is the double quote and here we are providing like that. We are very clear that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 we have, we need to insert whatever the left amount is, we need to insert those amount. Okay. So it will be, as per the code, it will be a bit like that. And it will be gonna, complete each and every code as it is. Okay. Maybe 3 times 0. Okay. So here I forgot 0. So it can just accomplish the 3. But if you are putting double colon over here and over here, again, let me
It doesn't understand like how many to.
Yes. So it will not able to understand how many I need to put or where, at which place. Okay.
Okay.
And that is the reason that you cannot put the double colon twice. You can put the double colon only one time, not 2 times. And that is the reason why I was telling you that it is a wrong thing. So what you can do is you can insert the double colon at one place, either over here, else over here. So let us use over here, and we can write down 2020 0 0 1. Is it clear?
Yeah. Yes.
And again, generally, it will be 64 only. Generally, as I told you, first 64 bit is your global prefix network portion, and last 64 is your interface ID. So generally, the slash notation what you will be able to see is slash 64. Any questions so far?
No questions.
Getting this point right?
Yes.
Very easy. Okay, IPv6 what we are gonna do, that is will not take much time. Then if I will talk about IPv6 address type, there can be 3. It can be unicast, it can be multicast, and in IPv6 there is no broadcast, but something known as anycast. Okay, so let us talk about one of them, that is unicast. So in unicast, if you aware, we have 3 classes: class A, class B, class C. Remember, there are no classes in that is in IPv4. In IPv6, there are no such classes. Okay, there are some classes A, class B, class C, and there is some private IP. There are some public IP. Remember? Yes or no?
Yes, I do remember. Yes.
Now, if you check our IPv6, and especially I am talking about the unicast. Here, there are again three things. Okay, need to understand very focusfully. So you can see that the three things are global, unicast, and the global keyword, you can see that it is bit like your public IP routing. Then unique, local, it is something saying bit like your private IP address. And one more IP address is involved over here, known as link local. Very important IP address it is. By default, it will be get assigned on each and every link. Whenever you are configuring IP address on any of the interface, you can configure the public IP address, you can configure the private IP address, any IP address. You can configure more than one IP address on your any of the interface. Okay. If I talk about
Yeah. Okay. Means I can give two address for one link.
yes, you can give.
Only is it possible only in IPv6 and not IPv4?
IPv4, if you remember, we can give, but with the keyword secondary.
Keyword secondary. Yes. Yeah.
Here it is
Yes.
not an limitation. You can assign 2 IP address, 3 IP address, 4 IP address. And that is the reason why, if you remember, in case of our OSPF class, I show you, or I ask you this question, that if we have multiple of the secondary IP address over here, for which IP address the OSPF neighborship will form. And it was only the primary IP address, not on the secondary. Although secondary will be going from here to there in the network statement, but they will not form any kind of neighborship. Remember?
Yes. Yes.
Similarly, over here, any neighborship will be get created on some special address known as link local.
Okay. Link local.
So if I will show you the OSPF today, okay, in OSPF class, you would be able to see the link local would be representing as the next hop.
Next hop. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Let us talk about this global, unique local, and the link local further. So let me just go for your global unicast. Global unicast. Whenever you checked out the global unicast, it starts with 2000::3. It means we are binding the first 3 bits. Okay. And when I am saying 3 bits, again, remember, this is 4 bit, this is 4 bit, this is 4 bit, this is 4 bit. So I am dealing with 2. So it means 8421. It is 001.
1 0. Remaining zeros.
So it should be fixed. If it is fixed,
Okay.
it will be like 001. And the next option which is available over here is the 1. So it is leading to 2, and it is leading to 2 plus 1 equal to 3.
3. Yeah.
So anything which come between 2000, sorry, which is starting with 2000 to
2000.
3000, that is your global unicast.
Okay. Global unicast. Okay. Okay.
So if I am writing down 2222, it means global. 2021, global. 2525, global. Anything which comes between 3000 range and 2000 range, that is your global unicast.
Global. Okay. No, I understood. Yes.
Okay.
The first 3 bits should be like host.
Yeah. Now let us talk about the unique local. Unique local, that is bit like your private IP address, which I was saying. It is starting with FC 00::/7. Again, 4 bits, 4 bits, 8 bits. Now A stands for 10, B stands for 11, C stands for 12 in hexadecimal, D 12 for 13, E 14, F 50. If I will convert over here, it will be 8421, 8421. F means 1, 1, 1, 1. C means 12. 8 plus 4, 12. Rest are zeros.
Zeros.
How many bits should be fixed? 7.
7.
4, 5, 6, 7. These 7 bits should be same.
Same. Okay.
What is the option now? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, and 1. It will be leading to 8 plus 4, 12. 12 plus 1, 13. That is D.
D. If it is FD, it's not unique local.
So I can say either it is FC, either it is FD. It is unique local. If something is starting with FC and FD, so these things are known as unique local. Any question?
No questions. FD.
FD, D is coming from here.
Okay.
This will be leading to F only. If you will see, this is F only because 15. This is something 13. 13 stands for D. It means D. So what results is FD. Because 7 bits are same. If you check out over here, the 7 bits, we are not making any change. In the last bits,
So only FC is unique local. If it is coming to FD, okay, in between.
Yes.
Yeah,
from
in
FC,
between, yes.
From FC to FD, it is
FD,
unique.
yeah. Yes. Means you cannot even consider FD also at the point.
No, we can. So either if it is FD, anything starting with FD, or anything starting with FC, those are
FC. Okay. Yeah.
Or that it can be anything. Maybe the address is starting with like that, FC21, and then whatever.
Yeah.
7 bits can be anything. 7 portion
Anything.
Anything. But since it is starting with FC, okay, the first, if you check out this first 8 bits FC, so it means this is your unique local. Any question?
No questions.
Last thing I talked about, link local. And when I say link local, I told you the link local will be auto assigned and will be useful for your next hop IP address bit, like in your OSPF, in your EIGRP, in your maybe any of the routing protocol. Very important it is. Okay. And when I am talking about this particular address, this address is having FE80//. Okay. And generally we use bit like the same. Now let me just repeat what I discussed so far. I discussed for IPv6. It can be unicast. It can be multicast. It can be encast. Then I told that in unicast, again we have 3 categories. That is your global address, then unique local, and then link local. Here I showed you that, okay, if it is coming between your 2000 to 3000, it is your global, okay, /3 it is. Then I told about if it is starting with FC or FD /7, it is your unique, and link local we talked about. If it is starting with FE80 /10 link local. Then let us go to the multicast. Multicast is something which is starting with FF00/8. So if first 8 bits are FF, this particular address is known as multicast. If I will go to the anycast, okay. So anycast don't have any specific range. Okay, we don't have any specific range, but we can add a keyword anycast in the last whenever we are providing any kind of IPv6 address on our interface, and that will be treated as anycast. Anycast is replacing your broadcast in this case. And if you remember, if you have ever seen F5 LTM, okay, or any of the maybe load balancer, I will say, or ADC, I will say. So if you remember, there is something bit like that. Any traffic which is coming through internet or intranet, however, will be hitting on your FI LTM, and FI LTM is the one who would be cascading this traffic to your end servers. It can be have any IP, maybe 172 range. If I will say 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, it can be any IP like 192, 168, 1.1, bit like that. Same, okay, concept. Here, if you see in any case, all of these particular servers can have same IP. But sometimes people used to say that, okay, if the user is coming, okay, and he is connected through the VPN of India only, he will be going to the server which is residing into India. Okay. If he is connecting to the Europe, he is going to the server which is sitting into the Europe. If he is connecting to the US, maybe or NALA region, any region, so it is going to the NALA region or maybe the America region. Okay, and all of these servers can have the same IP address. Same IP address, maybe 2021/1/64. Same IP address. And using the anycast, we are just making out that, okay, what is the destination closest to us, and with that destination, it will be able to access the same server. But obvious, these servers are into the clusters, and they will maintain real time whatever the traffic or whatever the things which are residing into one server to another. But that is somehow anycast can be understandable. Okay. Any question?
No question, but like giving an 3 physical locations the same IP, how does it?
That is how, you know, IPv6 is introduced.
6 is designed. Okay.
Let me talk about one more feature that is known as EUI64. This is extended unique identifier. What is this is, it is saying convert the MAC address to your link ID. That is your bit equivalent to your host ID. Okay. But the thing is, MAC is your 48-bit, link ID is 64-bit. So what to do? They come up with some kind of formula that, okay, add some more bits, FF, FE, okay, whatever your MAC is. If your MAC is AAAA, BBBB, CCCC, okay, and 12 DDDD, okay, and one more maybe be required. So it will be adding two more bits in two more bits into this. Sorry, not bits, I will say. This pattern will be added into that, so that it will be 4 bits, 4 bits, 4 bits, 4 bits. So 16, one more pattern of the 16, okay, is added, so that your MAC address 48 plus 16 will be equivalent to your 64 bit. That is your EUI 64. Why it is used, where it is used, I am gonna show you with an example. Don't worry, just try to understand it now. I am talking about EUI 64, which is used into your IPv6 address. Generally, for your link local, it will be derived automatically. Let me give you an example. Maybe I have an MAC A, B, C, D. Okay, A, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3, 4, and A, B, C. Okay, so this is my MAC address. Let us suppose. Now, this is how many bits? 48 bits. 16, 16, 16, 16. 16 fours are 64. No, 16, 34, 34, 64.
I think you need to take it to the MAC address will be like
Yeah,
AB.
I just added one more. It should be a bit like that.
Yeah, AB, CD, EF, GH, IJ, KL. Yes.
Let me just change it. I make some more bits. 1, 2,
Usually 2 to mm,
now
2 to
6.
alpha numerical things will be there. Yes.
So it is 16, 16, 16. That is 48 bits.
48.
Now, as I told you, you need to add some more bits, that is FFFE. Okay. How it will be inserted? A, B, C, D, then 1 to FF, then F, E,
E,
34,
F.
and A, B, C, D, which is resulting to 64 bits.
64 bit. Yes.
On the top of that, whatever 7th bit you have, that will be reversed. 7th bit.
7th bit. 1, 2, 3.
So it is 4
6,
plus 4.
7.
So B means 11. 8, 4, 2, 1. B is 11, 1, 0, 1, 1. And which is this? It is 5th, 6th, 7th. So this is 7th. It is currently 1. It should be 0. It will be result to what? 1, 0, 0, 1. That will be 8 plus 1, 9. So it will be 9. It means it will be A, 9, CD, 1, 2, FF, FE, 34, ABC.
Which, like, I did not understand how to reverse the bit.
I am just telling you, don't worry. I am saying the 7th bit should be reversed.
7th bit should be reversed. Okay.
And if you check it from this particular address, this is representing 4 bits.
4
This
bit.
is
Okay.
representing 4 bits.
4 bit. Okay.
So the 7th bit not coming over here. 7th bit is coming over here, right?
B. Okay.
So B, how to write down B? B is 1011. This
1, 0,
will be your
1, 1.
5th
Yeah.
bit.
Okay.
This will be your 6th bit. This is your 7th bit. Getting this point?
Okay. Yes, that should be reversed to 0. Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
If it is 1, it will be 0. If it is 0,
it will be 0. Okay. Now I understand. Yes.
And it is leading to 9. If it is leading to 9, the EUI 64 address is this now. This is the final 64 address, 64 bit address.
Now I understand. Yes.
Got this point?
Yeah.
And if you see the 7th bit is number 2. So either it will be +2, either it will be -2. If it is 0,
-2.
then we need to add 2. If it is 1, we need to subtract 2. Any doubt?
No, no doubts.
Getting this point right?
Yes, yes.
So that is how your EUI64 bit will be changed. Okay. So that is how your IPv6 coming to the picture. Now let me quickly go to our lab, make the lab on, and I will configure the OSPF. Before configuring OSPF, let me tell you some more points about the OSPF also, because we didn't cover the OSPF yet, right? So IPv6, I showed you how to, configure your IPv6 on the interfaces. I will be showing you different things onto our lab also, don't worry. But let me tell you one more thing. Who joined? Okay. Hey, Shashank. So when you need to
Session.
configure OSPF version 3, first thing, for any of the routing protocol, you need to enable IPv6 unicast routing in the const mode. Second thing, you need to configure the OSPF. So just add IPv6 and rest same thing, router OSPF 1. So router OSPF 1 generally we used to add, before that add the keyword IPv6. Third thing, this router OSPF, the router ID will be IPv4. So router ID will be IPv4. Configure it manually. Okay, let me write down. Configure it manually. Fourth thing, no network command is there. Network command is not there. You need to go to each and every interface. And in this interface, you need to write down the command IPv6, OSPF, what is the process ID, what is the area ID. Just try to see these all of the points and ask any question if you have from me. Shashank, I hope you also joined. Hey, hi. So maybe you can also see. Hello.
Sorry for being late. I was stuck up in a meeting actually, which I could not avoid. So.
It's all right. You can go through the videos again.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
I
yes.
just explained about IPv6 general
IPv6.
descriptions.
Yeah.
Last, I am providing about the OSPF now.
Yes.
So I talked about few of the points. If you see over here over the screen, you can able to see the point number 1 is under the config terminal, we need to enable IPv6 with this global command _T. Point number 2, OSPF version 3 to enable. If you write down router OSPF 1, it is for IPv4, but just append with the keyword IPv6, it will be get configured for your IPv6, that is known as OSPF version 3. Point number 3, router ID is again IPv4. Better if you can configure manually. If you don't have any IPv4 address, just configure it manually. Fourth thing, there is no network command as such. You need to go to the interface and you need to just write down this command that okay, you are the part of OSPF 1 for the area 0, and you need to write down IPv6.
No. Okay.
Any question from anyone?
So this is the standard syntax for enabling IPv6 and for OSPF version 3.
Yes, OSPF version 3 we are talking about. So this is your OSPF version 3.
Okay.
Now let me go ahead and show you each and everything again. This lab will make your most of the points very clear. Okay, I designed it as such that you should be clear with all of these things. Okay, rest network points, area points, all of those things are as it is in your OSPF. If you see, R2 is acting as ABR. Reason being, it is area 0, it is area 100. Okay, and the router which is connected with area 0 and some another area is known as ABR. Again, this is ABR. One thing. Second thing, the physical IP address. This is physical IP address. This is physical IP address. These physical IP address, I am configuring the global. Okay, global link address, and global link address is from your 2000 to 3000 range, right? Remember, I told you now before some time, Raj. So physical link should be having the global link address, not required that it should be global only. You can configure unique local also, but I am just configuring it global. Okay, so this is somehow I am going with global, and give me a minute. I need to change something. It should be FE80. Link local. Maybe just allow me a minute. Let me make some changes. It should be EI64, and it should be changed. Just changing some topology. Okay. Okay. So what I was talking about, that any of interface, you can configure more than one IP address. Okay. So bit like your public IP address, there is something known as global address, and that global address is from your 2000 to 3000 range /3. Okay. I am configuring with /64 and starting with 2221. I am configuring as such that, okay, if it is the link, so I am just configuring 2021, okay, /// and maybe 23 over here, okay, and over here it can be 32 in the reverse order, okay, /64. Over here it can be 21. Over here it can be 12. Okay, whatever the router is previous, I'm adding that route over here, and it is connected with 2. I am just writing down 32. So that is my schema for the physical link. And as I told you, link local is something which you cannot ignore. It will be there, and it will be used for your routing purpose. So here I am not making any of the link local by myself on any of the interface. Let it be drive through EUI64 format automatically. Let it get generated. I am not going to change. So whatever it is driving, it is getting driven automatically. Let it be. Over the loopbacks, if you will see over the loopbacks, okay. Over the loopbacks, if you will see any of the router who has the loopbacks, bit like that, okay, you can configure as FC, that is my unique local address, 21, and whatever my area is, like area is 100, I will be putting 103 over here. This is area 100, I will be putting 102. This is area 0 only, I will be putting only 1 in the last, and I am only putting 2 in the last. But if it is 102, it means area plus that particular router number. Okay, that is how I am driving it. So that is my IP schema. And in my loopback case, also in my loopback, I am just, I am not getting it drive through the EUI64. Instead, what I am saying, I need to configure it manually. And that is how I am saying that, okay, this link local should be configured manually. Okay, so I hope it is clear. Raj, any question? Shashank, any question?
Not
No,
here.
no questions. Just need to see.
I will
comments.
go through the video once.
No.
Okay, let me take
Okay, I
them.
think he have to see the videos.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yes. Yes.
It's all right. Just check out the videos later on. Although I will explain again, but
Yeah.
you need to definitely you need to watch out the videos.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Now
Um,
let me go to the R1 at very first place. Okay. When I am going to the R1, as per this topology, just check out this topology. We need to configure physical link FA00 and we need to configure the loopback. Okay. I am going on my R1. I am going to conf T. Over here, I am just saying that, okay, interface FA0 by 0. Since this interface FA0 by 0 should be having a global address of 2221 / it should be 12/64. And this time I need to add as an IP address, I need to write down IPv6 address instead of IP address. If I will put enter, it will take, and I need to run down no shut command. Again, I need to go for any of the loopback. Maybe in this case, I am going with loopback 0. I'm just entering loopback 0. And any of my loopback address should be, IPv6 address should be, if you see again in our topology, it should be FE80. So let me add it FE80. And since it is my area 0, if I will run anything, it will be bit like that. And after that, I need to write down one keyword named as link local. And that's it. IP address is done. So this is my IP address. Let me save it by putting out WR. Similarly, I need to go to the R2. On R2, let me see, I have two physical interface FA0 by 0 and FA0 by 1. I am going to configure terminal interface FA0 by 0, IPv6 address, it should be 2021, and since it is connected with 1, I am just writing down bit like that 64. I am saying it no shut. Then I am going to interface first Ethernet 0 by 1, which is connected to this particular stuff. Again, I need to bit like that. This time I am connecting to 3, and what happened? Okay, it is overlapping. Let me just make it 2022 this side or 2020 this side. 2020 no shut. Okay. What happened now? Okay, maybe to show run interface FA0 by 1. It is not getting removed. I need to remove it manually. And let me check now. No shut. And if I will check show IPv6 interface brief. So if you see, instead of show IP, I am putting show IPv6 everywhere. And you can see over here, I have a link local automatically generated. Can you see this FE80? This is your link local. Here also, you can see link local is automatically derived. But these are the address, IPv6 address, which I am defining on my behalf. So this side I am providing 2020, this side I am providing 2021. Okay. So maybe as per the change of my topology, I am just writing down this 2020 and 2021. Otherwise, it will be overlapped. Over R3, I need to provide 2020, and let me provide this, and then I will be talking about, okay, maybe loopback I didn't go with. Interface loopback 0, IP address. Over here also maybe I forget to give FC21 area, right? So conf T interface loopback 0, IPv6 address, and what I am driving FC21. So I can say FC21 and the area is 0, router is 1/64. That's it. And WR. On R2, I need to write down IP address, not IP address, but it should be IPv6 address. And here I need to again provide on R2, it should be FC21. So FC21//2, I am just providing for area 0. Okay, I am not adding for area 100 over here. And that's it. One thing, if you don't want to provide link local explicitly derived from your EUI, I can go with bit like this command. So it will be fe80//2 and not slash. Here I need to go with link local, because link local is something which is very important. You cannot skip with it. As I told you, each and every routing protocol will be carrying out the next hop IP address as the link local only. So that is the reason I am providing you. Then over R3, if I will go to the config T, interface fast Ethernet 0/1, if I am not wrong, let me check. After 0/1, yes. Here IPv6 address, and it is 2020//32/64. No shut. Interface loopback 0, IPv6 address, and the IPv6 address is FC21. So let me just provide FC21// and it is 103/32, sorry, plus 64, and then for link local, I need to provide IPv6 address FE80//103 link local and WR. Just try to understand, guys, what I have done. I just provided the IP address on your physical link, okay, with 2021 this side, 2020 this side. Then I put the loopbacks over the loopback. Okay, link local I am not touching. So link local automatically generating, link local generating over here, over here, over here. Then for loopback, I am using my unique local IP address FC21, and link local also I am manually configuring. Here on the loopback, here on the loopback, here on the loopback, I am manually configuring the link local also. Since I need to show you the link local, if you are not configuring manually, how it is getting derived, I need to show you. So I am showing you about that. If I will go to R1, and I will show you show IP version 6 interface brief, you can check out one thing. The link local, what you defined on loopback is FE80::1. But the link local, since you didn't configure it manually on the fast Ethernet 0/0, it is derived automatically. And how it is derived? It is derived through EUI64 method, which I was talking about earlier. How to check that? Let us drive that. Show interface FA0/0. If you will check it, you can see this is your MAC address. Okay, let me go to the notepad, put this MAC address, and let me see the link local start with FE80. Okay, and I am just going with : and these MAC address need to be inserted with C201, then it should be 09FF FE FC and then 0. Getting this point, Rajesh? We are adding FFFE as per our MAC address to convert it into EUI64. Getting this point, yes or no? Rajesh? Are you there, Rajesh? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let us talk about the
Yes, you are
7th bit
audible.
also. Yes, you are now 7th bit also. 0010 is the 7th bit. And if I will talk about the 7th bit, 5th, 6th, 7th, it should be 0. So it will be C001, 09, FF, FE, FC, and then 0000. And if I will show you this MAC address derived from it, let me show you now. Let me show you now. Can you see? We are having the same thing what I was showing you. The 7th bit is 0, so it is 0. You can just compare it. How the MAC, from the MAC, this particular IP address, link local, is derived through EUI64 format. If there is any doubt, please ask me. Otherwise, I am just, going further.
How the C001 came? It's not 201, right?
Sorry?
This
This
C00.
This 201, right? The 7th bit should be reversed. Okay. And when we convert the 7th bit, it will be -2 and it will be going through your C001. If you remember, I was showing you through this. Let me just like that. Okay. You can just check. 7th bit is converting to 0. So it will be C000.
Okay. Okay.
Little bit now see it. Okay.
Okay.
So that is how your EUI format is defined. And you can see that link local is automatically generated. It's not for only R1, but if you check over here, show IPv6, okay, interface brief, you can see automatically there is also your FE80 added on. Okay, you go down, FE80 is there also, but it is manually you configured, so it is not showing EUI64 format. But here it is EUI64 format. Here it is EUI64 format. Okay. Now let me try to ping. If I will ping it, ping IP version 6. And I need to ping maybe my local address FE80111. Okay, loop back 0. Okay, wait for a minute. Ping IP version 6. And okay, maybe let me ping 21. Okay, can you see? So next hop IP address is reachable perfectly. I can see that my IP address schema is working fine. Similarly, if I will ping IP version 6 and this time 32 maybe, okay, 32, it is also reachable. Everything is fine. Now I need to go. Yes.
32 is R3, right?
Sorry.
32 is R3.
R3, right? R3.
Yeah. Next up. Okay.
Now I need to configure OSPF version 3. And for the OSPF version 3 configuration, as I told you, you need to enable IPv6 unicast routing. So first thing first, go to each and every router, conf terminal, and R3 also conf terminal. I'm going with R1, IPv6 unicast routing enabling it, IPv6 unicast routing enabling it, IPv6 unicast routing enabling it. Okay, this is my first point. What about my second point? You just refer this. I need to go into my IPv6, whatever process ID you want to go for, and you need to configure the router ID manually. Okay, so I am going to the over here IPv6 router OSPF1 router router ID 1.1.1.1. Then going over here IPv6 router OSPF1 and router ID 2.2.2.2. Here IPv6 router OSPF1 and then router ID 3.3.3.3. Okay.
Mhm.
So OSPF version 3 is also now enabled, but there is no network statement. You need to go to the interface. On the interface, you need to provide out what is the area, and you need to enable each and every interface under the OSPF. Okay, let me go to the router 1. Router 1 is the part of area 0. So on FA0 by 0 and on loopback, I need to provide area 0. So I need to go interface FA0 by 0. Here I need to say IPv6, OSPF is 1, area is 0. Interface loopback 0, same thing. I need to run the same command. I am just running out the same command going outside. Over here under interface FA0 by 0, if I will see, it should be under area 0. Even the loopback 0 also I am providing under the
OSPF.
OSPF area 0. So OSPF 1 area 0 interface loopback 0.
Right.
Again the same command interface
Mhm.
FA0 by 1. And if I will see the 0 by 1, it is part of area 100. I just need to say you are the part of area 100. And see show IPv6 OSPF neighborship. And you can see it is just getting it. It is just
Mhm.
going into two-way DR there, and maybe let it go. Let it take some time. Meanwhile, let us go to the R3. Over here, interface FA0 by 1, IPv6, OSPF1, area should be 100, and interface loopback 0,
Mhm.
again area 100. Save it.
Mhm.
Save it.
Loading into folder.
If I will check over here, so IPv6, OSPF neighborship is up with your 1, okay, but it is coming up on your 3. So show IPv6 OSPF border router. Again, you can see everything will be same. Okay, if you wanted to check out, everything will be same, and the neighborship is up with 3.3.3 also. If I will go to the R1, if I will check show IP route, not show IP, show IPv6 route under the OSPF, you guys can able to see that I am having the routes from different location. So you can see FC21 from the 2 is my O route because it was introduced for the loopback of router 2, and router 2 is of area 0, so it is coming with O route. But if you check out this is 2020, right? This 2020 is from your
100.
area
100.
100. Similarly, FC21 103, again your area 100. So these are coming as OI. Otherwise, it is coming as O. Let us try to ping it. Maybe ping IPv6, and you can see you are reachable. Maybe trace IPv6, and you can see it, that we are going from 2021 and we are reaching to 103. Any question?
Sorry, my internet was bad, so I was disconnected.
It's all right. So what I did is, Raj, let me show you. I just performed the IPv6 routing as per this particular steps which I explained you earlier. And let me show you the same thing again. If I will go to the over here, show run, if I will show you, I just added IPv6 unicast routing, this command, okay, so that my routing should be enabled. And then under my physical interface and the loopback interface, I just ran out this command IPv6 OSPF1 area 0. So here I am providing that, okay, you are the part of which area. And then under OSPF, I just provided out the router ID, nothing else. So if you see over here, you can see I just provided out the router ID, nothing else. If you just recheck this diagram, you this particular steps, you would be able to understand that here I am configuring the IPv6 router, only the router ID. Instead of network command, I need to go to the interface and write down this particular stuff, and I need to enable IPv6 routing everywhere. When I do this, you can check out show IPv6 router, show IP OSPF neighborship. So you can see the neighborship will come up for our IPv6. And why it is showing 2.2.2.2? Because as I told you, router ID should be manually configured and it should be configured as IPv4. Let me show you again. Like over here, I configured 1.1.1.1. Similarly on 2, I configured 2.2.2. Similarly on 3, I configured 3.3.3.3. And as per our diagram, if you will check out our diagram, this is the part of 100, this is part of 0. Any of the routes from R3, which is coming to R1, should be having OIA. And similarly on R3 of my R routes, show IPv6 route. If I will show you, you can check out, these are coming through OI. Okay. And OI means that these are the routes which are coming through inter-area. You can check out FC 21::1. And if you check the next hop via whom? Via your linked local address. Can you see?
Loopback is it?
Not loopback, linked local address or physical IP address. Link local only. So as I told you, link local is very important. So link local should be like that. So maybe next time, link local should be like that. So that we should be aware what is the step. Maybe you guys can take a snapshot of this particular lab. Okay, and you can just create your own lab. You can just go with each and everything, and you can just go through the OSPF 1.3. Okay, that is what decided for today's lab. If there is any doubt, any question, you can ask. Otherwise, we are good to wrap up today. And your OSPF is now completed.
I think I have to.
OSPF is now completed. We need to start with EIGRP from next weekend.
Okay.
Configuration video. I think I have to see it again because.
Yes, you need to see it again because you missed something.
That's it. Yeah.
But you will be able to understand.
Yeah, missed something. Yes.
But
the first part was very easy.
Second part is also very easy.
For you, it is easy.
even easier than your first part.
Radhaji, just one question.
Mhm.
How we will be getting the scenarios in the lab exam? Like we'll just want to know so that we can be aware.
And the lab perspective later on, once our technology is completed end to end.
Okay.
Then we will be talking about the lab also. I will be giving you the solution. Don't worry. Okay.
So we should be concentrating on only these many topics what we discussed.
Currently, yes, because you need to brush up the technology first. Post technology, we will be talking about the solutions.
No. So all other things like TTL value, same in case of IPv4, what we covered yesterday, it applies for IPv6 as
Right.
well. Mhm.
But go through all of the link address, all of these things. One more thing, it does not use, ARP. It use the ND. So if I will see do debug IPv6 and the neighbor discovery protocol, so you would be able to see that whenever something is coming, how it is sending the solicitation messages, acknowledgement messages. You can able to see it through more and more through the debug commands also, and maybe through the captures also. Let us try to capture and see what it is sending. Okay.
Okay.
So if you see, it is sending to FF025. Okay. As I told you, FF is your, if it is coming with FF/08, it is your multicast address. Okay. There is no broadcast over here. You can check in IPv4. So if you check about, this is your OSPF IGP protocol, again 89. Source address is your link local. Destination address is your multicast address. Then if you will check the OSPF hello, again it will carrying out everything bit like same. Okay. If you will check out the OSPF hello packet, again there are same things. Okay.
Mhm. Yep.
And if you check the hello also, hello again, same kind of hello is you can observe. Okay. But this time you can able to see any of the hello packet. If I will just sort out the OSPF. Any of the hello packets are forced by your link local address only. Only link local address. And destination is your FF08//5. That is for your bit like your 224.0.0.5.
Multicast IP.
Bit like that.
So this is the IPv6 version of multicast IP.
Yes.
FF0.
You check hop limit 1. Bit like your TTL.
Mhm. Okay.
Everything is same. Just you need to, change this kind of, IP addressing. Rest things are the same.
Okay.